Good old Rick song.
I always think of him.
I feel like it should taper down as we
Yeah.
go through it, but
Yeah.
you normally just end it. He should have also, maybe he can like edit the song for us.
Well, yeah, I don't have control. Like it's just play and pause. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but like maybe he can like set it. We pick a duration that we want. It plays and then tapers off to like exactly when we're about to J up.
Yeah. Yeah, listeners, if you're in the comments, drop a line on what you think of the intro song.
Yeah.
You like it, you don't like it. It needs to be changed.
I feel like I might stand for today's podcast.
Be dope.
Yeah. I feel more like I would feel better.
Right out the gate, I just want to apologize to the audience. We both had RSV, so there's probably going to be some coughing, some hacking. Potentially, I might lose my voice again.
Yeah, I don't think I'm like, I feel better. And the second I start doing stuff, I'm like not there. Like when we went to the gym yesterday, I was like going through it. I was just like, again, squatting, just not feeling it. Can't breathe, lose my breath right away.
Like wrecked.
Still.
My muscles are wrecked from just those. I did 2 little sets of squats.
Well, you went pretty fucking heavy. There you go.
Sorry.
There you
Actually,
go.
I'm not sorry. Fuck you guys.
It's gonna happen. He's gonna keep doing it, but don't forget we got our intros, dude. So let's let's be more professional there. I'm Luke. Part of the Nobo podcast, CrossFit Level 3. And I'm from Philly.
Is that it today?
Yeah, I feel like our theme with the intros is just being awkward on purpose. I like it.
Okay.
Normally, that's where I go now.
I'm Matt. I was told that if you're from California, you have to wear your hat like this. Apparently,
told you that?
East Coast thing to do this, or a Portland thing. Someone told me. So if you're from California, you're supposed to wear your hat like this at your eyebrows.
Who told you this?
It's someone from the gym. I'm from Philly as well, and yeah, I'm.
This is the Nobo podcast.
I'm an Eagles fan.
The Nobo podcast. What do we talk about on this thing? Like, if anybody's new, I think we're still trying to find a niche, like what gets the people going. But so far, we kind of just, we'll talk politics, whatever.
And I said right into it. I donated to Kennedy.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't think you should wear your hat like that. Also, like,
okay,
I think you should pull it off your eyebrows. All right, go. I didn't think the hat was bad. I just was off your eyebrows. You donated.
I was also gonna wear the Procore shirt today and say it was sponsored by Procore, but then I was like, that could really fuck us.
Yeah, it could be really bad. Yeah, and I was laughing about the sponsor stuff because I was putting tallow on my face this morning. And
so was I, and I was thinking the exact same thing.
I was like, what if we started to talk about this guy's Etsy store?
Yeah,
like we could get in trouble.
That's funny. I literally had the same exact thought.
We should reach out to him and be like, hey man, we're gonna.
Well, I mean, like, we don't need to lie and be like, we're sponsored by him. We're like, yo, I use this brand of tallow.
Yeah, that's allowed, I would imagine, right? There's no rules on that.
That's free advertising for them.
If we talked about companies like that are traded, we'd be in trouble. Yeah, a lot of trouble.
But your skin looks great, man.
Yeah, man. I was thinking of the reason it came up to my mind was that like, what's the weirdest thing or like the most abnormal thing you think you started doing in like the last year? And that's what came to my mind. I was like, I bathe in tallow. I brush or put tallow all over my body. I put tallow in my nose. I eat tallow. I just haven't jumped ship yet to the tallow toothpaste yet. I don't wear deodorant.
But why do you think that's weird?
No, I think most abnormal thing in sense of,
or I mean, like, why do you think that's abnormal?
Because nobody does that in our society. So we're the anomaly, essentially. Like, we're the weird group, the small percentage that does that. Like, most people, first of all, won't even eat tallow.
Say that
they won't
still
even eat
doing
tallow.
Things like you're lotioning your skin.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
It's
but
what
we're just using.
To do it with. Yeah,
I'm using tallow, and like sometimes I use like just purely whipped tallow, like the and
Yeah.
it smells like beef. Like when I put it in my nose, you can smell burger. The one that we're using currently from MLJ, right? Is that what it is?
It's like JKLM.
KLM or whatever. His is like mixed with wax, so it's like thicker and an easy, different consistency. And I don't think it
Yeah.
had smell as some of the other ones I've used.
How come Kendall doesn't like that brand?
I don't know. She thinks it's clumpy.
Yeah, she uses some, what was that, some Primal brand
Yeah, some brand that's
called?
4 times the price. Another thought
Yeah.
in my mind was like, this guy's like his stuff's pretty cool. Like the bone marrow liquid body wash, the bars of soap. I just use the burlap bags they sell to kind of for the bar of soap. Put it in there.
Yeah,
It lasts way
works
longer
great.
than
I only use the liquid one from when I'm washing my hair, which I only do once a week.
yeah, I have to wash mine every day because I put product in it.
Yeah, tallow,
But
dude.
I use the liquid only for my hair, and I use the bar of soap for my body because it just goes further. I think it lasts longer.
We should message him and be like, "Yo, you should make tallow-based hair product."
Yeah, it'd be dope, but it would just be greasy. Like he'd have to figure out how to like get what some of the stuff they use. I mean, you haven't dabbled into the toothpaste yet. You don't brush
No,
your
I
teeth
didn't know he
often.
made it. Does he make it?
I don't think he does. Other brands do. Like the one guy in this area does, and then I've seen other ones online. I was going to order it. It's tallow and eggshell,
Yeah, it's sick.
and like spearmint for the scent.
That's my hot take too, by the way.
Brushing teeth.
Something along those lines.
All right, let's jump into the hot take. I just feel to end that little part. I think it's abnormal. It's normal in my opinion. Other people just view it as normal, and I think because most people are afraid to just even eat tallow in general.
Yeah,
like, they won't eat tallow. So that's just my thought. But let's hear you.
Oh, you want the hot takes? We're going to hot takes already.
Yeah, I mean, I have one. I don't have a hot take. I have an opinion.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, I'm like more worried about the hot take. Like Rick's yelled at me about hurting people's feelings, so like I'd rather just stick to your hot take.
What, did he watch the pod?
No, he doesn't watch the pod. I just like he says I'm rude and I hurt people's feelings. But yeah, I could give my hot take if you want. I could just be me. I could be the guy that everybody's rude.
My hot take is, I was talking about this with my coworker this week. That's why I remembered it. The dentist is bullshit. That's my hot take.
But you love the dentist.
Do you think though it's actually legit? I'm starting to think it's all a scam.
I think the basics. I think the basics are there. Like, hey, don't brush your teeth fucking straight. You're gonna rip your gums out. You could visibly see the difference. Like my teeth, the gum is fucked up. But then this is where I think it's bullshit. I just was there. And he filled all these fillings, and then I was there again a week later for my 6-month cleaning. Went through, she did the cleaning, he came, and all of a sudden was like, oh, we talked last time, and like showing me these images and like how I'm biting and how I'm grinding and how my teeth are getting flatter, and then you need a mouth guard, and like I highly recommend it. And I was just like, I hear you. I could see what you're talking about, but is a night guard going to change that or fix that?
I don't know.
But I just think like they go into that. Like sometimes I think it also depends on the dentist. So they just
like the grinding. Maybe I could see the grinding, but
yeah,
I'm like
late. I'm gonna say like the obvious stuff.
Yeah, but like with the change in diet, it just makes me wonder. Like even brushing your teeth. Like, am I doing good by doing that, or am I doing harm? Like to your point, like you're shoving a brush in your mouth and you're fucking irritating your delicate skin up there with a brush.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
Well, you don't brush at all.
Is that it? I brush.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like,
yeah. Like I was gonna say, like, all right, everybody hates or says shit. Like Kendall does at least. Like Paul, he brushes his teeth. Let's put that out there. He has said he brushes his teeth. He's just the weird guy who uses a wood toothbrush or bamboo with like legit horsehair rather than like plastic in his mouth. He just will not put like fluoride toothpaste or toothpaste on his brush. He'll put water and or like I would imagine, I'm sure he has tried some of these other products, like tallow-based products.
Yeah. And you also got to dig into his diet, though.
Yeah. I mean,
Which
strictly
is there's
clean.
no sugar, very clean, but the big ones are no tea and no coffee, with
coffee.
stainers, like
Yeah.
things that would stain your teeth. So
Well,
like he does have
acids.
white teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any acids, that are like also
But,
eroding
yeah.
at the enamel and other stuff that people are like,
Yeah.
you need fluoride. Well, that's the other funny part. Fluoride, even when you go to the dentist now, like they don't even use it anymore. All of a sudden, fluoride has disappeared. So I'm curious, like, what's that done for our health over the last? I mean, going to the dentist as a kid, I remember like, take this cup, rinse your mouth, and then don't swallow, and then spit it out. And it was like always like the most disgusting taste. And like they would put all that, just so many different things in your mouth versus like now. I mean, the dentist here that we go to, I think he's pretty cool.
He's cool.
He's like,
it's not a slight against him. I mean, like dentistry as a whole sometimes feels
the American Dentist Association. It's like one
something
in 9
seems
dentists.
Something seems a little off that you have to go every 6 months for a cleaning.
Well,
like we've been on this planet for, thousands of years. Why have all of a sudden now we need to clean our teeth but it's like now I'm starting to think maybe that's just diet.
Yeah, that's it has been that because what do we eat? We eat
nerds.
Yeah, yeah. we eat processed seed oil foods. Like everything is just tainted in this world. Like, example, Kendall came home yesterday. She got makeup and she's trying to like intentionally be clean. Like the ones from that Primal are fucking really expensive. Not that other makeup isn't, but she goes and she's like, it's labeled under clean. So we look at it, we're laughing. We look at the ingredients. One of them's holy shit, the amount of ingredients on it. And then there was 7 different seed oils in it.
Really?
Yeah. Like going through this list and it's labeled as clean. And we're just laughing about it because then there's this like other one that she got this like spray. I don't know what it does, but it's literally like water and fucking like sodium chloride. And who knows how much it costs. But told her she could have made it herself. She's pissed. But I think you're right. I mean, so the last 100 years, people just drink. They eat sugar. They have beer. We have all these things that are like destroying the mouth, and like gut digestion plays a role in that, right?
Yeah. What did you get filled?
I had just like a chip on the side of my tooth. My tooth broke, and then in turn that created a cavity because then it was able to get inside. So then 2 teeth on this side had a chip, and then 2 cavities from the chip, and then I had like little holes that he just patched that he said were cavities that were like just minor. Again, I don't know what creates a cavity. People say sugar. I don't eat sugar. Last time I had candy was a fucking decade ago.
Yeah. That's
so
why
like
I get confused.
Cavities are just like there's like genetic odds because there's some people who drink fucking soda and all that stuff and who have never had a cavity.
Yeah.
So it's like some people just get it. I saw something the other day. I thought it was funny. Probably people on here wouldn't think it's funny, but it was something from, you probably saw it. It was on Instagram. It was from what's Greg Glassman's thing that they post?
Broken Science.
Yeah, can you pull up their Instagram?
Yes, sir.
Because I don't have access to Instagram on my computer, and I don't, how I am with Bitwarden. I ain't pulling all that up. There's this thing on diet, and I thought it was hilarious. I don't know if we need to play it because it's long, but if you didn't see it,
maybe a shout out to my boy Willie.
Gee. All right. Well, we just lost Matt, so I'm gonna run through this on my own. I guess he might have lost power. Something might have happened, but he's back. He's back.
The studio, dude.
What happened? You lost power?
I just got booted.
I thought we lost power or something.
Anyway, shout out to my boy Willie.
Yeah, pull that up.
There he is.
Was that last night?
I don't know.
Nah, that looks like I saw that one. Yeah, it was a week ago. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so pull up the Broken Science Initiative. The CrossFit book. And I don't know if they posted it or if it was in their story. So we might not be able to get a hold of it, but so it was like a If not, I'll pull it up on YouTube. Oh yeah, that one. The lost footage of Greg Glassman fighting the
here?
government when CrossFit owned, or when he owned CrossFit. Nah, down. It's like up the to the left, whatever that's called. No, South Park. I thought that was hilarious. It was like, so going through, but reason I bring it up relatable because it's like
the hotline. It says he might know something. Who is this?
My name isn't important. What matters is that the answer is in the pyramid.
Pyramid? That's ancient stuff you're talking about. Are you sure? Bring up the pyramid.
What is it? What is it for?
We built the pyramid a long time ago to illustrate how much people should eat of the 4 basic food groups. Sir, we abandoned the pyramid when Michelle Obama got involved. The pyramid doesn't work. We've already tried it.
It's upside down.
What?
Sir, the pyramid is upside down.
Turn the pyramid upside down. You can't be serious. That would put butter and fat at the top. Flip the damn food pyramid. This is not FDA approved. It's dinner time on the East Coast in 10 minutes. Now do it. Sir, we've got a match.
Nutrition is stabilizing.
We've got a well-balanced vaccine, sir. Get the president on the phone. Tell him to have some steak with his butter.
That's great.
Yeah, so I just thought that was funny and relatable to what we were talking about. Maybe everybody here thought it was fucking dumb, but I thought it was pretty relatable to what we were just talking about in the sense of the American diet is fucked. And that's what this is like basically talking about. Or like Western medicine is fucked.
Got both.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Western medicine's a different thing, but the whole thing. So what got us on here? What got us on the
My
topic?
hot take.
The dentist, yeah. Yeah, if you guys agree that the dentist is bullshit, let us know. Getting your teeth clean is not what we're talking about. Matt's just talking about
I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is bullshit getting your teeth cleaned. I don't know. Or I guess like what Luke's saying, if you're eating a bunch of nerds at Reese's Pieces, you probably should get your teeth cleaned. But
yeah, or if you're not flossing, or like you have bad gut health from the other stuff you're eating, maybe. But we're not saying like, you're not saying the dentist is bullshit in the sense of like, hey, if you have a root canal, like, yeah, go to the dentist. Or if you need a mouth guard, yeah, you might need to go to the dentist. But those are all things induced usually by our society. Like a mouth guard is induced from stress usually. And it's like, oh, why are you stressed? Oh, because my job, the world, life.
I just can't help but think this is just a part of your body. And like, why does this get special care?
Because it's a cash
Yeah,
money.
that's what I'm
Cash
saying.
fucking money, baby.
It's like almost like someone just created a business out of this. But like, you know, the eye doctor, like it's not like you go get your eyes cleaned.
You're supposed to go to the eye doctor every couple months. But yeah, you're right. That's funny.
My insurance only covers a yearly visit.
Oh,
like,
that's hilarious. You're right. The dentist is such a easy way to make money, probably. But why aren't they like in today's world? Why aren't they just like, hey, we're gonna yearly, you're gonna get a fucking PET scan and you're gonna scan your whole body. Let's see if you have cancer. They don't want to. Why would they ever do that? Why would they? You can't even get that approved unless you're like dead and they just want to see where the cancer is, so they could be like, oh yeah, it's everywhere.
Or like your ear holes.
Yeah.
Dude, it's time for my 6-month ear. I got to go
Ear
see
cleaning?
the ear cleaning.
Well, there's probably a deeper reason because like the human body is meant to operate without these things. So like the ears take care of themselves, the eyes take care of themselves. The
So
teeth
you would think the
take
teeth
care of
can
themselves,
fucking do it themselves.
but like Paul has said, like rinsing your mouth out with Listerine kills all the beneficial. It's like a fish tank.
Yeah.
The fish tank has natural bacteria that handles things. Like if an infection comes in, it's like a fish might get it, but the beneficial bacteria in the tank should be able to overtake what's actually happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, it's funny because the
Yeah, that's my
mouth
hot
doesn't.
take.
We've killed the beneficial bacteria. So like now you can't, when you fucking put pure alcohol in your mouth and rinse it, and nothing's surviving. The germs plus the bacteria that are beneficial, like the little bacteria that are on your teeth probably are eating the plaque and the other things, the bad breath and all that stuff. But instead we're just fucking nuking it.
That's my hot take, dude.
All right, interesting.
You're
I
up.
like
What do
it.
you got here?
I'm about to get canceled. Okay. I think toe thumbs are weird.
Oh yeah.
Toe thumbs are weird. I'm sorry,
Eric
Rick.
has those.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rick. I know he's gonna cancel us and anybody else out there. I'm not saying you're weird. I'm just
I think
saying
they're called sailor thumbs.
you're
no?
alien. They are alien features right there. I think he argues me like some famous people have it. I think it's like Taylor Swift or some shit. But he gets in a fight with me. But he doesn't watch these anyway. So toe thumbs are weird. They're alien. They are alien-like. If you have a toe thumb, I apologize. But
If you don't know what one is,
yeah,
let's quickly show you here.
a toe thumb. It is alien. At some point in history, there probably was like a surgical fucking procedure done. Somebody probably lost their thumb. They took a toe, put it on them, and then evolution just kind of just started to speak to them. And Eric was part of that generation that had something fucking go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now imagine if everybody's fingers looked like that. Everybody.
Fingers or just the thumbs?
All of them. All of them.
That
Imagine
would
if
be
we had
weird.
like stubby little. We'd look like so fucking weird. That'd be crazy. Fingers wouldn't do what they're supposed to do. Like, imagine that. What would it be like if that was our hands? Like, society would not be a hand dominant thing. We wouldn't be texting, but we'd be like little stubs.
He's picked up a girl like that before, though,
What?
with his thumbs, because she had
What?
the same thumbs.
So what'd he do?
That was like his opener line.
He went over, said,
Yeah.
said, let me see your thumb.
Well, I think he had seen that she had thumbs like that.
Okay. He cried one time when I pointed them out. He got upset.
When?
I don't know. Somebody else I knew had them. And it was like detrimental. I think I dated them.
Was it Julia?
I think so. Because her and Eric had the same thumbs and
Oh, there
hers
you go.
weren't as bad as him, but I used to get freaked out. Like it freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. But yeah, that's my hot take. There's not much more to it. I don't think there's like you can argue me all you want. I think toe thumbs are alien. Like they're weird.
They're definitely weird.
Yeah, definitely fucking weird. So where's the show go from here?
What do we got next on the agenda?
Well, we've canceled out the
We've
Eagles
got
for the year.
Eagles.
Yeah, I mean some changes there.
Yeah, did you
Coaches.
see?
Yeah, 2 new coaches. Now we got a new defensive coordinator and we got a new offensive coordinator. We have the old Cowboys and Chargers coordinator. He's our new offensive coordinator. And then we have that old
And
man.
Brian's out.
Yeah, he got fired. And then they brought on the guy from the Dolphins for defense. He's a Dago. I was just laughing, like social media is such trollery. Like every time I log into Instagram, there's always a story. Jalen Hurts is getting fired, or so-and-so could be going to a rival. This could be happening. And it's like you click in and it's like such a bullshit story. I was telling you about this last week. It's like, but my Facebook is filled with it. And yeah, Vic's he's pretty good. He's just older, but he's got some knowledge. So maybe like what they'll do is bring on a new young guy to work under him is what they should do. But
He does look like a old Italian.
yeah. I mean, look at his name. Also hilarious. Like they fucking photoshopped the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
Like they put an Eagles hat on. Like how fucking the NFL is kind of corny. It's all political stunt. Receive the latest news. All
And
owned
then-
by the NFL though.
And then who's the
I forget his name. Jimmy Brown is ready. Dominic Klein recovering. They just it was like last night announced. He was from the Cowboys and he came from the Chargers, I think, or the Rams. I think the Chargers. But interesting how they picked. I don't know how they went through this. Was it like a desperate pick? Did they interview a lot of people? Interesting.
Well, your Bill Belichick prediction seems like it's
Gone.
gone, dude.
Yeah. Unless they do what they have always done and they like Nick brought on people that he likes, and then they fire Sirianni and bring on somebody new. They've done that. They did it to Dougie P. I think that was how
I
that
think
story
they're gonna fire
went.
Sirianni already.
I don't think so, but if they did, it would just look really bad. Like, who would want to come coach here?
Yeah.
Like, what you have one bad season. First of all, a team that had Andy Reid for 20 years and never did anything with it, and now he goes to a different team and fucking wins every year.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on. Sometimes it just doesn't click. That's the one part. Like, or is there deeper shit happening? Like, how much are they controlling the coaches? How much is Jeff Leroy and Howie Roseman telling them what they can and cannot do? That's like a lot of the stuff you see on social media. Like, did they do that to Andy Reid, where it was just he was the puppet, he wasn't allowed to fucking do a thing? Then he left, went to Kansas City, and all of a sudden they were like, do what you want, be the coach you are, and fucking wins every year.
Yeah.
So it's just my thoughts.
Yeah, I gotta always wonder how much politics are in these sports.
Yeah, I'd also really like to know like how much politics are in like the organization as a whole.
Yeah,
like to your comment we've always had about the Taylor Swift thing being fake. I don't think it is. I think it's legit because I don't think she has anything to gain from it at all besides more fans. And at that point, like in reality, she owns the market. How much more does she need? Like no NFL male fan is going to be like, I love Taylor now. I'm going to fucking go to her concerts. No.
If anything, it would just be a payout for her.
Yeah, but she's billions already.
Right. But it's just more money she can make.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you're the NFL and you're like, all right, we need more of it. We want to grow our fan base. We'll pay Taylor to date to the media, any football player.
Yeah.
And that way all her fans become football fans.
Yeah.
Maybe she signs a contract. She goes to like 8 Chiefs games in the box. We'll throw the media coverage on her. Like that definitely helps the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, potentially, I just don't think I don't think they'd go to that degree.
I would hope not, but it could, I could see it.
And maybe if they did, I don't think she would have to do that. Yeah. Like when you're at top of the world, like you dictate everything. Like she doesn't need that. And it also is getting a group of people that aren't going to be the friendliest to her in the beginning. Like other stadiums troll her, other players troll her, other media channels troll her. And it's like, why would you ever do that for the money that you don't need? Like she has so many endorsements, so much money. So what I was saying,
how it goes though. You always want more money.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's true. I just think there's some sort of scheme that the NFL is always trying to do. Like, I don't know. Do they?
If I was like, Luke, I'm going to give you another $1 billion. All I need you to do is just tell everybody that you're dating Kendall. Come to a couple of our soccer games, and
yeah, I
get
guess.
paid.
Yeah, that's true. But somebody who's already worth like we talked about this with the Elon Musk thing. Like, I think when he got sued by the people for like the Twitter acquisition, where he like went this far depths and like decided he wasn't going to do it anymore, and they sued him for like doing whatever he did, and then he had to buy it in the end of the day. I think he just laughs and he's like, fuck, it sucks. So I got to spend fucking $40 billion. All right, whatever. And just does it. Like when you are $200 billion, $40 billion is like, no, he doesn't own anything else that costs that much money because everything else is making money, constantly paying for itself. Tesla pays for itself. SpaceX pays for itself.
I wish the media was like it used to be back in the day.
What way?
Now they just seem paid off. Like they used to just be like investigative fucking journalism, like get to the root of this shit. Like, so for example, like this Trump stuff, and I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I'm wondering, is this a new tactic for like political parties to do? So like, is the Democratic Party just having all these courts or paying all these lawyers to keep suing Donnie, right? Like so far he's had how many fucking different trials scheduled?
He's just going all year. Yeah.
It's like a big, like they're just trying to smear his name.
Yeah.
So that obviously he's a threat to winning.
Yeah. I mean, that's the interesting part because like, does Donnie know that? So that's why he's just like, let's roll with it. Let's go to these courts. Let's do this. Let's do that.
But like as Americans, we can't even trust our own media to like do the digging and like get into that because they're all paid off too.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're
that's
highly like Democratic based.
that's really interesting because, like you said, like dirty journalism, like they used to like do the nitty gritty and find out actual stuff. Like
Yeah.
now with cameras and
Now they're all
money
just
and
loyal to the Democratic Party, though. So it's just a
Mhm.
complete fucking wash.
yeah, like the COVID stuff. It was like they only showed and said what they needed to say or were
Oh yeah,
allowed
the
to say.
COVID stuff really brought that to tension just with the pure fact of like Trump was in presidency first, right? He did this whole Project Warp Speed to get this vaccine, which again, I don't support because I've never really supported it. But the whole time he was doing it, the Democrats were sending all this media saying, don't take the vaccine. I will never get the injection, blah, 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 blah. Turn of events, 1 year later, Biden's now president. Democrats are all of a sudden like, get the booster, get all 7 boosters.
Yeah.
You need
Was
to
the
get your
vaccine
piece of
done?
shit if you don't get the vaccine.
Was it done while Trump was in office? I
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was done.
And then the new election happened
Yep.
in that November, and then January is when the big push, like Pfizer was done creating their vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. Yeah.
And they completely flipped the narrative, dude.
Yeah.
Like I think something that obvious is a big red fucking flag.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because they're talking about the same thing. It was just who was president at the time.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's scary fucking.
I mean, yes, I
world,
would think it was obvious, but apparently most of America didn't think so because they were all like, yeah, everyone needs to get the vaccine.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scary place. It's a scary fucking place. I mean, when's the next election? This fall?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kennedy, baby. Kennedy 2024.
When did they go? But when are the primaries? Like, when do we find out?
They're happening right
Joked
now.
in the beginning about this being political, and that's what we ran with it. When are the primaries to be like, here are your candidates? Here's who we're voting for.
They're happening now.
So like each state does it, right?
Yeah, I think they had Iowa. Trump dominated. DeSantis pulled out after that.
Yeah.
For the Republican side, I think
Yeah.
Democrats are just going with good old Joe.
Yeah. So Kennedy doesn't have a shot.
Well, he's trying to get on the ballot.
But what are the odds of that happening? The Democrats don't want him.
Well, he's saying that that's what he wants donations for to help keep pushing this. But he's saying that the system's broken right now. He's like, Joe Biden, just because he's president, automatically gets on the ballot as the Democratic Party. He says the Republicans automatically get a spot on the ballot. He says bullshit that the Independent Party doesn't get a guaranteed spot. So now he's fighting to make sure that his name is on the ballot so that you don't have to write it in. So it would be like when you go to vote, it'll be like, who do you want to be president? It'll be like Joe Biden for the Democratic Party, Donnie Trump for the Republican Party. And then it will say Kennedy for the Independent Party. And that's what he's fighting for. If he if he doesn't get it, it'll just say Biden and Trump. And then
imagine
you have
if
to write
every person votes for Kennedy.
Be sick.
But how do we trust them?
I don't know.
That's the hard part. Like, do you trust them?
No, I don't trust any of it.
Yeah. That's the weird part. I don't.
I'm going to be controversial here, but I just don't know who in their right mind would vote for Joe Biden.
I'm going to be real. Like, if Kennedy's there, I don't know why anybody wouldn't just vote for him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why other people aren't. Like, this is the obvious choice. Like,
Yeah.
both these guys
For
have been
all
in
the people that
office.
say that I'm just voting for Biden because I don't want Trump to win, well, it's like, well, then why don't you just vote for Kennedy?
Yeah. Well, so now the take on politics here. When you're doing an election, the people's vote doesn't actually matter, right? It all comes down to the electoral college. That's the right term? Like per
people's
state.
vote is what the Electoral College 99% of the time base it off of.
So like if we'll use Pennsylvania for an example, they're blue, they're Democratic, most likely every time they're going to vote no matter what for the Democratic Party. Is that the people determining that, or is that our electoral college? Like, right, they have 13 heads or something like that. Is that a separate party where it's like, all right, the people voted for Trump, right? But we're voting for Biden, so Biden, that wins.
Yeah.
Is that how it's decided? Like, do we know?
The Electoral College decides, yeah.
So, but they make their own decision, and that's ultimately what decides
but
the
usually it's
presidential election.
off the popular vote of their state.
So if like
I used to
if-
be against this whole idea, but now it makes sense to me because the Electoral College is there to speak for the minority, but it's hard to really know what that means until you like think of it as holistically and like this idea of an echo chamber. So like we'll use California for example, right? That state is always going to vote Democrat
Mhm.
because it's just echo chambers like San Francisco, the Bay Area. There's just a
Mhm.
bunch of like-minded people that all just create this this echo of opinion that they're Democratic, right? And California is also huge and it's also very populous.
Mhm.
So like it has these epicenters of like huge things, but like city folk don't know a challenge of a farmer.
Mhm.
And all those farm states like
Salinas and
no, it's just states like Nebraska,
Okay, I thought-
Oklahoma. Like they don't have a giant fucking city that's all farmers. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
exist. So like
Yeah.
their opinion is very skewed. So you need the Electoral College to be like, all right, Nebraska's at least 3 fucking points. Like sure, California, you still have a big population. You just got like 14 points, but like these farm states can actually give the minority, the farmers, a voice.
Mhm.
So it
But
makes
that's
sense.
yeah, it makes sense. But in the end of the day, if it's skewed and they just want, let's say, if they all want Biden to win, all these electoral votes are the only thing that matter. So if, let's say, the election right goes through, let's say, and we're going to use hypothetical numbers, Trump gets 10, Biden gets 9, Kennedy gets 20 by the people. Kennedy wins, right? He beats those 3
Yeah.
or beats them. But the Electoral College says, no, Biden wins.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But why?
I don't. That's my question. Like,
You have to break it up more. You'd have to be
because
like,
the
all right,
Electoral College works in the sense of like, okay, so the bigger states, let's say California gets 100 votes, and everybody else only gets X amount. And California, let's say it was California voted for Biden, and then 90% of the other states voted for Kennedy, but they each got 1 vote only. That's how it works, right?
yeah.
Okay. So let's say none of the states voted for Trump. 99 voted for Kennedy, and 100 because California was like, nope, we're going Biden. California wins.
Yeah. Well, it balanced out. Let's say like California's worth 10, and then you've
Mhm.
got Nebraska, Montana, Wyoming, all worth 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Blow wins California, and Trump gets those 3 states. He's got 9. Biden has 10. It's like that.
Gotcha. So Kennedy would win, or not Kennedy, Biden would win by default because of the Electoral College. Even if the people voted, let's say for Trump in this instance,
Yeah.
even if he won by a landslide on the people's vote.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I just remember from the last election going and the independent party, I could have sworn Pennsylvania, it had a list. It said independent, but it was at the bottom and it was like on the back of it. So it was like Democratic,
some states do.
Republican, and then it was like the independent party and you could circle, and or the Green Party.
Kennedy's trying to make that so every state has his name on the ballot.
So it
when
should
the
be
election
like
comes.
Republican, Democratic,
Independent.
Independent. And it should be like, instead of like, usually, yeah, the last time I remember voting in PA, it's called like the Green Party.
Yeah, that's another party too.
Gotcha. So the independent, yes, maybe I'm like not even thinking, maybe it's just like the Green Party is like what I remember. Maybe it's not even on the PA ballot. Maybe it's like a fill in, yeah, maybe because it was just Democratic, Republican, and then there was like the Green Party and like fucking 7 other different categories. And like in my mind is like, why are people even wasting money doing this? Because like they're not gonna win.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like I remember the last election, there was that.
I think now
cannabis
is the
owner.
best time for. It's like best chance for Kennedy.
Yeah, because of the way social media works too.
Well, just like who's going to vote for Trump? His name has been smeared. I personally would because I just think it's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to fucking vote for Biden? I don't know who in their right mind. The only reason I could think people would vote for Biden is because they don't want Trump in office. But it's like, well, why don't you just put your vote towards Kennedy and let's actually get some fucking change
Well,
happening.
and then this is where the media steps in
Yeah.
and skews everything, manipulates everything. Like people are suckers to the news. and will listen to whatever they like, whatever they love. Like there's every day, like our parents do it. They turn on the TV or the newspaper and they have their specific one. So like maybe your dad always reads the Inquiry. And that's the Philadelphia Inquiry, and that is owned by the Democratic Party, I'm pretty sure. And then because it's owned by a larger corp, which is I think the New York Times or something like that. Like there's a hypothetical, but it's like, and then you go back and it's like, oh, New York Times is owned by this party versus like there's a news outlet, I'm sure, that is owned by the Republican side that writes stories.
Yeah.
So like who the BCC is like supposed to be the least biased one, like right, if you want real
BBC?
news, yeah, you're supposed to listen to that.
Apparently that's completely
bullshit.
Yeah, it's all left based.
Yeah, interesting. So there's no news outlet you can listen to. I mean, this is like
it's not hard though. Like the things you're saying, like we could do it live, but I don't want to waste time. But yeah, like just do some Googling and you'll connect the dots. And I mean, like you'd be stupid not to at least be like, all right, something's a little off here. Like if you were to be like, hey, I like to read, I don't know, LA Times, like who owns that? Who owns them? Who owns them? And I'm sure you'll find that it's the same company that owns the fucking 20 other newspapers.
Well, it's like very similar to like, to make it more relatable to other people. It's like veganism versus carnivores, right? Like a documentary, nobody's putting out anything there that's not paid by somebody. So like if there is a documentary going out about like comparing carnivore and the vegan together, one of the parties is paying for it. There's nobody that doesn't have an opinion, unless there was like, they're going to do a study, like a scientific study. And even at that, it still has some sort of biased like sway, right? But point is, those are paid by somebody as well. And they're going to be swayed in that direction of whoever it's paid by, whether it's the vegan party or the carnivore party.
And that's what you always have to remember when it comes to this like nutrition advice is that someone is trying to benefit with money. Like they're trying to get you to buy more of X.
Yeah.
So like if the government's like, eat more cheese. Like obviously the fucking cheese is fucking
the company
in someone's pocket.
Yeah.
And pushing that.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, because there's some of these companies like raw. I mean, I guess raw.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like someone is blocking raw milk. I don't know who it is. Like what company has a vested interest in keeping raw milk out of our hands, but someone definitely is profiting off of that.
Yeah, 100%. Somebody has more money to make sure that it doesn't get legalized.
Yeah, but there's something to be gained by them by not having raw milk. It's not our health. They don't give a fuck.
Well, I think the issue there is most milk is not done with Jersey cows. So whoever owns mass majority of the farms in the U.S. would lose a shit ton of money because they wouldn't be able to sell milk anymore. Yeah. Because you can't sell, I think certain cows, you can't sell raw milk.
The own milk industry itself is just turning on itself.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that.
I think like I don't know who owns it, but like I would imagine, let's use Tyson, massive. And I would imagine they own majority of fucking chicken farms. So let's imagine they own all the fucking cow farms in the Midwest, like millions of acres of land with cow on them. And they're not Jersey cows, which are like A2 milk, which is more easily digestible and is usually what they choose for raw milk, raw cheese, and so on. It will say it on the fucking label. It's what Raw Farm has. But most of these cows, I would imagine, because it's like hormones and they grow quicker and they're easier to take care of and hardier. I'm sure there's something weird, but they're using some sort of other cow selling the milk that's not very good for us.
Yeah.
And then they're pasteurizing it with like ultra UV sterilizers and like fucking frying every living organism in it. And you're drinking a creamy liquid.
Yeah.
Which is gross to think about.
Yeah. Like I'm still torn on the whole milk thing too.
Like what?
I just like sometimes I'm like, should I be eating milk? Like,
yeah.
Would my ancestors really be doing that? No. Like you'd have to find a cow that just had a baby and like milk it and then drink it. Like that seems like a lot of work for.
Yeah.
But then other days I'm like, yeah, it could be good though.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think about it this way: is like break it down to like sectors, and a lot of people just had goats, for example, and like it has a lot of and survival was what they were looking for. We can either kill the goat and eat the goat, and it will last us very
Isn't that
little.
interesting, dude? That's a great point you bring up. Like goats and sheep were like huge herding
Yeah.
animals back in the
But,
day. It
but
wasn't
why
bad.
didn't they kill them?
They
Because
did.
it is,
They used to eat sheep and
Yeah,
goats
they-
like all the time.
but
And
they
now
would do
somehow we
it
lost that.
way less often because it's like eating chicken. It's like if we were in an apocalyptic state, I would get a chicken and we would fucking keep that thing alive as best we can. You know why?
Yeah.
Because it shits out an egg every day. And if we can get an egg every day, 365 days a year versus one chicken, what would we go with? We'd go with that fucking egg.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes they lay twice, and we would be like, cool, we're going to fast for 3 days. But then at that point, the egg production is going to be catching up, and then we're going to start eating. And then at that point, we always have 3 eggs on backup. And then we have a cycle because the chicken lays eggs. The second the chicken stops laying egg, we got to get a new chicken. Or all of a sudden, this chicken lays 10 eggs, and we fucking make sure we find a rooster, and all of a sudden we have 10 chickens.
Yeah, with the
And
like
they
10 eggs.
Yeah, and then lay 10 eggs, but they're not killing them. It's the same thing as the goat. The goat is producing milk every day, which is energy because it's calories. And if I kill the goat after about 2 weeks, the goat production, there's no milk and there's no meat left. Then what?
Yeah. But I just mean like we used to eat goat and meat,
Yeah.
sheep, and we don't anymore. Well, it's
Yeah,
sheep you could kind of find, but like I don't know where you get goat meat.
yeah, I don't either. I don't know if you even can. That's right. I don't know. Times have changed. Times have changed. Somebody took it off the market
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's more beneficial for them to have all these cows, slaughter them. I mean, at some point we need to get a cow share because I can't keep eating Costco's gross
I
ass
can't-
meat.
It's gross.
Yeah, you could taste the difference. So that's on the spring objectives. We got to make sure that both garages are built for a freezer.
You got room.
We got to fucking organize the shit out of it. I think we got to take out half those cabinets. So we got to finish the floors over here. We got some construction to do.
Dude, I don't know if you realize this. I was looking at it when I was there the other day. That is a hack job of cabinets.
In the kitchen or the garage?
In the garage. The one that's on the wall that's behind the kitchen is actually a double door cabinet that they blocked in with another cabinet. You know, the one that's in the corner
Yeah.
that you have to like peer down to grab stuff?
Yeah.
That's a door.
That was a cabinet.
That's a double door cabinet. You know how you can only open the one door to get into it?
Gotcha.
They just shoved another cabinet against the door.
Oh. And then it's fucking deep, but you can't get it because the door is blocked by the other cabinets.
I mean, you could do that kind of cabinet, but that clearly isn't what that cabinet was.
Cabinet was for. Yeah, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying. Interesting.
It's a fucking hodgepodge.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
up,
half
trader?
of those we're just gonna, I think, get rid of all of them.
Yeah, those were definitely not put in by the.
I think
Building.
like that whole left side where my car is, we're just gonna get rid of all of them. That's a different story. Politics. Today was all about politics, Jamie.
CrossFit. What's on the
Yeah,
CrossFit agenda?
anything CrossFit. We got about 10 more minutes here on the channel. Do we just stay away from the CrossFit coaching today?
No, we can talk about it. Open's here. I want to chat about it.
Yeah. What do you got?
Well, Open's not here. It's 34 days, 33 days away.
2 days away.
32 days away.
Yeah.
Definitely register as an affiliate owner. I'm a little upset with CrossFit. I think it's funny that they were like, oh yeah, we'll keep this price the same,
Mhm.
but we'll jack up your affiliate fee.
So that upset owners. That's politics, though. That's it's just politics. How it goes.
Do you think that the Open you should have to pay
Yeah.
to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't really think it matters much, people, because like they just don't care enough for the Open. Like a lot of people at the gym I know, talking to them, I'd be like, hey, you gonna do the Open? Yeah. You gonna pay for it? No. Why would I pay for it? Like, I don't care. I'm not competing. I'm not gonna go anywhere. It's like they're not getting anything out of it. And I don't honestly know how you can create anything more than that. Like, I don't think there's any scenario that you can do to make it more incentivizing. Like, I'm gonna pay $20. What are you gonna get? A t-shirt for free? No. Like, they don't,
And
people don't care.
that's kind of like I used to be in that mindset of like, yeah, I got to push the Open, but like, why?
Yeah.
Like this year, especially, I'm like, as an affiliate, why do I need to help you go support Mothership CrossFit and support the fucking games? I don't
Yeah.
care if the games are there or not, because
Yeah.
it doesn't benefit me as an affiliate owner at all.
Well, I think also just the overall vision or mission, it doesn't benefit us. They don't have a vision. Like if you were to
Yeah.
look at CrossFit,
But it's like that's their job to sell
Yeah.
people to join the CrossFit Open, right? Like, why is that my fucking responsibility?
or like incentivize it somehow. Like that every time, and what they do to incentivize, it's like, hey, it's $20, and we're gonna give you a coupon. Like last year, you got a coupon to the fucking. Last year we got a coupon for the Spartan races, right, or something like that. Tough Mudders. This year they gave you a $20 or 20% off at GoRuck, and it's like that's great, but your sponsors are doing the work. Your sponsors are paying for these things. You're again as the mothership doing goddamn nothing. Why not be like, hey, judges course? Why am I paying $10 for the judges course? First of all,
Yeah, are you gonna take that this year?
yeah, I'm gonna take it this year just because like it's a douchebag if I say no, but frustrating because it's like, why not just give that to people? It makes people better athletes. Hey, the $10 judges course free. You paid for the Open, you get it. You don't have to take it. You can.
That's a great point, man. Yeah, why are they charging people to make their Open better?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. If you had the more people take the judges course, build a little more confidence in the no repping, you have a fairer game, a fairer Open, and then therefore a fairer games. But instead, they're like, let's make some more money off you fucks. $10, take this course until you pass it.
And most gym owners, like me and you were the only one. Me, you, and Trill took it last year. I'm sure other people did, but like, why would they have to, or why would they want to? It does nothing for them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't think CrossFit as a business whole has that right vision. Paying for the Open, I don't know if it does any good or bad. I don't think it's anything. I think it's like, whatever. If that's what you're going to charge for it, cool. It's not going to make people take it more. They have no reason to want to do the Open.
Yeah. This is this whole division of like CrossFit as a sport versus CrossFit as a training program, I think.
But also like doing the Open, there needs to be like a divider. Like there's a lot of fit fucking people out there. If you've been to the CrossFit Games, get out of the Open. It's for affiliates. Like, but we're running it, like you said, it is for the games. We are putting me, you, and Jamie against fucking Matt Frazier every week. Or like, not Matt Frazier, but whoever's competing now, like Medeiros. Like, okay, cool. I definitely ain't winning.
Yeah.
Like comparing it to other sports also, like the Australian Open just happened. And it just finished this morning. They let other people qualify in other tournaments to make it to the Australian Open. But they're not doing a global fucking competition to be like, this is how you get into it. It's like, oh, there was this mini competition and there was this competition and now you have an open spot. Now you're going to go to the Australian Open. You're going to play a couple days before and you have an open spot. You're a fucking open seed. Have fun going against people who have earned their title to be here. So like, you're number 60 and you're going to play number 1, Novak. Have fun. Like, do your best. Like, in next year, like, you have another spot. You were here. You won a couple points against a guy. The CrossFit is like every year we restart and all of a sudden it's like, it just doesn't synchronize with how other sports are running and successfully running.
Yeah. And it's just a very bad presentation of value, though. Because, like, to your point, like, Jamie, are you in here or no? Everyone should pay for the Open. It's like what I was saying. The value, right? Like it's against the world, right? So I'm trying to encourage people to do this competition to see how they stack up in their fitness. But like you get to a certain point in the rankings where you can't really visualize or see the value anymore. Oh, I'm 4,567,000th fittest in the world. Like, what's that fucking really mean?
Yeah. It doesn't mean fucking anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It like literally means nothing. It's like everybody in our gym is like very good at supporting it. It's like, oh, it's fun. You should do it. Blah, blah, blah. And people are like, yeah, I'll do it. I ain't paying to log my scores on HQ. That's usually laggy, usually falls apart, usually doesn't work, also doesn't update.
Yeah.
And it doesn't give you a good representation. Yeah. It doesn't give you data. It doesn't give you like points. It doesn't show you on a graph anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's like, oh, I'm number out of 60,000 people, I'm number 58,000. Cool. Thanks for the data. That means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like you're in the 60th percentile for this workout. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They keep talking about doing a better ranking system, but it's not there. It's not.
They also did that weird thing where they ranked people based off of like years of experience in the Open. Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah, but like, what's the point of that?
It was like last year I was a level 8 because I've been in the Open for 8 years. It was like, that means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. CrossFit. I think the other interesting twist that it does is it forces us as coaches to try to, again, push the idea of competition internally, and that turns people off.
Yeah. But again, I don't want me or my staff to have to be a fucking salesman for CrossFit HQ's games.
Yeah.
Like, why do I got to go there and try to sell everybody to join the Open?
Yeah.
What's that do for my gym?
Nothing.
No one comes in that door. You're not in here, Jamie. Or else I would add you, dude. Doesn't say that you're in here.
I saw that it had like a connection issue and kicked him.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at on the Open. Like I said, I think it's cool. It's fun to push hard for those 3 workouts and like encourage everyone to push it. But like, we're going to run them regardless of if you're signed up or not. So like, yeah, I don't care if you sign up or don't.
Jimmy's got some bedhead tonight.
Yeah,
Holy
dude.
shit.
I just woke up from a
You
nap.
need to get a haircut, my dude.
Dude, how we doing? I got points here.
Yeah, let's rip it. You got a 5-minute clock. Go for it. Let's rip them.
All right. Number 1, I think everyone should pay for the Open. Now, what was the point Luke just made? Because what? Oh, yeah. There's not 4 million people that do the Open. Then also, I think everyone should pay for it because it supports the company that is CrossFit and pays a lot of their bills. Like if we are pro CrossFit, we should be pro providing like the financial backing to support the company. But I do agree with Matt. They shouldn't kick the affiliate fee, 40%, and then not. They could just charge everyone $5 for the Open. It would probably do the exact same. You're
We have poor connection from
Very
Jamie.
bad
You need
connection.
better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, could you upgrade your Wi-Fi, dude? Put Sid on it.
But I think what he's trying to say, and I don't know if I disagree, he's trying to say everybody should pay. Like if we're part of Mothership,
we're back.
we're part of Mothership. And I think the issue with that is I agree with you, but I don't feel as if an affiliate, as part of an owner or was an owner, I don't feel we have any say in what CrossFit does. I don't think we have any buy-in from CrossFit on the affiliates. I think they are just running with whatever they have, this fucking goddamn narrative on their side, and that's what they're running with. So like it's hard for us to, as an affiliate owner, to want to support Mothership.
That's
I'm
valid.
down to support Mothership, but they also don't tell you where your money goes.
That's what I mean. They're
That's
just
valid.
running with the same idea. Like,
Like-
what have you gotten out of it, Jamie, being in CrossFit? You're new to it, so I'd love to hear your like
Well, the one thing I was going to say
your
too,
thoughts,
real quick.
untainted.
The one thing I was going to say real quick before my internet takes a shit again, is the the ranking system that Luke was talking about, being like a level this or a level that. The idea of that, from when I did the research on it, was like so you don't go and sandbag local competitions. It's like so you can be like, all right, I'm going to go do like I don't know some like Tampa Bay Games, and if you are registering as an intermediate athlete, they can, or the idea of it is that you don't go into it as an intermediate athlete as a level 9 or level 10 CrossFit. Like it's supposed to level the playing field. So everyone in there is, somewhat on the same field.
Yeah. Okay.
That's allegedly the idea of it.
That makes sense, but I think that's the issue, what I just said. Why are we, and I guess like at this point where CrossFit is as a state, why are we using the Open for that? The Open is, again, we're trying to bring the affiliates together. We're trying to bring the people together. We're trying to do all the hard work that the affiliates have done to make your training feel like you're getting something out of it. But we're tying it in with the pros. Like the three of us, what are we fucking getting out of it? Maybe you guys go to quarterfinals and then get fucking dead last because you can't snatch 255. Like,
well, yeah,
there
I
should
mean,
be
I
some
think
more
it's very
incentive for the
person
Open.
dependent. Yeah, it's very like person dependent. Like I like that the professionals are in there. Like I like to see like where we stack up against these people. Obviously, we're gonna get like just kicked between the legs by them. But
Mhm.
it is cool to see the divide. But yeah, someone like
Mhm.
Sydney over here is not gonna look up how Danielle Brandon did on the workout relative to how she did on
Think
the
about it this way.
I think
Think
what
about
they
it this way.
need, they need our workout data. If CrossFit had access to all my sugar WOD scores and knew what weights I did and what I usually scaled, then it could better put me in a category and actually make it a fun competition. Like, hey, I'm with all the people that can't do chest to bar pull-ups. I'm with all the people that do a 135 clean and jerk, and I'm with all the people that do single unders. Like, how much fun would that be that I could actually just like have a legit competition with those
It's
people?
cool.
What about this?
But like to get that, they need to know all your workout history.
But what if if HQ, and then maybe this can go two ways. I have my two thoughts. This could go really bad. What if they were like, cool, in Ventura or in the Southern California area, like Ventura, let's go Ventura. How many gyms do we got? We got 5 or 6.
Yeah.
What if each gym went head to head there? Like it was a division, and the gym itself, it would be more buy-in. It would be like, hey guys, we need all of you here. Like, and you're going to try your hardest because our gym wins, we move on to like Southern California, and then our gym competes against like the top Southern California. And then if we win in the top 10, we go to all of California, and then we go like, that'd be really cool. Like, and how they broke it down into like the Northeast, the Southeast, the Northwest, and the Southwest.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be cool. That would be cool.
Don't do that.
No, I think their version of that is just the affiliate cup.
The affiliate cup, but like, what do they do with that?
But that's unfair because it's just like who has the most members.
Yeah, the most members, or like fucking CrossFit Mayhem wins, and they're using the scores of what fucking Froning got and what this person got and what that person got. Like, they're using what the top 10 athletes in the fucking world get. Like, that's why they win.
I thought the
And,
affiliate cup was just member based. Like you got
Yeah, it is. But those
this
fucking
many
like
people to do.
Luke Parker was in it 2 years ago.
Yeah, they like transferred the name affiliate cup into like the CrossFit Games team division. Like it used to just be like you're on the team, like the CrossFit Invictus won the affiliate cup, which was just teams of CrossFit. At the
But
CrossFit
like,
Games.
how cool would it be? Like, hey, this affiliate, like CrossFit Ventura, take 10 people. You got to get 10 people to sign up to play. They cannot have placed in or they could not have placed. They couldn't have never gone to the games. You cannot be somebody who's gone to the games. Like, fucking put rules on it to get those people out of it.
Yeah.
Or like, hey, you can't snatch 255.
I just don't think they have the
225.
organization to do all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Like they just lack like the organization of it, and maybe even the funding of it.
They
to
lack
fund
the
that.
funding in it because they don't do anything to drive funds. They don't do anything to drive value and money. Like,
I
again,
think
as
if they
affiliate
did,
owners, why?
yeah. Well, I think they did this year, but no. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, as an affiliate owner, I do not at all want to sponsor the games.
I think too, if you lower the cost of quarterfinals, you would actually have more people register for quarterfinals. I would love to see the percentage of people that qualify for quarterfinals but don't actually do quarterfinals because the fee is outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna get to a point, like, yeah, Jamie, to that point, you're gonna get to a point where you're like, why would I pay for this?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
Like
gonna
if I
lose.
was to make quarterfinals, I wouldn't pay for it.
But
I
in
don't-
reality,
yeah, there's no point.
what are you getting out of paying the
Nothing.
$20
Yeah.
in general? Like, I'm not even like the $50, whatever. It's not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. But what are you getting out of doing any of it?
Yeah, but I
Any
mean, the
of it.
$50 for the quarterfinals, like, I'd rather buy myself a fucking fish
Jump
tank
rope.
thing. Or
I agree.
a
I'm not saying
fish.
that. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I'm just.
I think you're
understanding
paying just to have your name on the leaderboard, just
Yeah.
to be able to see what's going on. That's really all you're getting.
Yeah, and that's nothing.
the
For
ability to, like,
$50,
I
it's not
guess-
worth it.
Are you maybe some gyms for Friday Night Lights? I mean, obviously we let anyone do Friday Night Lights. They don't have to be at the open or do the open, But maybe some gyms are like, hey, if you're doing the open, you're coming to this. If you're not doing the open, you got to do
Yeah.
a workout during open.
I guess you got to look at it like a marathon, though, right? Like, why sign up for I guess because you don't get to race if you don't sign up.
It's valid. Matt's dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
like
that's
again,
like 140 for a marathon.
why are you paying $150 for a marathon?
That's just how much it is.
Yeah, but
Just
why?
to run.
Who came up with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's based off of like just the finances of it. How many people they think, how much money they need to spend to
Okay.
have all
Why?
this.
Are we not as CrossFit? Like, hey, we're gonna charge affiliates more. But now we're going to take a mass vote from affiliate owners. And every year the Open's going to rotate. The more people you get to sign up, we're going to donate all that fucking money to something that Greg was basically trying to do. Like, how do we shut down Coke? How do we do this? How do we do that? To schools, to get more people into the affiliates. Like, hey, we had X amount of people sign up for the Open this year. We brought in, let's say, $1.1 million across the globe because we had 200,000 people sign up for $20 a head. 1.1 million is going into, we're going to fucking put a commercial on during the Super Bowl. Like, why are we not doing that stuff? Why is that money not going in it? Why are we using that money to keep CrossFit above fucking detrimental cost of like shutting down?
I think CrossFit as a business believes they need the sport of CrossFit to flourish to bring in more money into CrossFit, if that makes sense. Like, they want the sport to become the Australian Open and golf and things like that, because that'll bring in more money, in turn make CrossFit more money. Along with, they're not making any money by running a commercial about trying to cancel Coke. Everything's about money.
I'm not saying make a commercial about canceling Coke. I'm saying, like, make a commercial with the fucking money to get people into affiliates, because if you get more people into affiliates, you get more people. It's like fucking free advertising at that point. Like, now you're into CrossFit, then Sydney's into CrossFit, and all of a sudden Sydney's going to talk to her mom in Virginia, and she's going to be like, all right, I'm going to try CrossFit because I trust those two, and it just builds from there.
I think
the way we're doing it doesn't.
I think it's a great strategy. I just think in their eyes, the way that they can monetize it on a larger scale is, we've got to push the games. We've got to push. A big thing that I have heard on these podcasts is like the production of the games. They want to make more money so they can spend more money on like the production of the games and how it's televised, so more people can see it on ESPN like it was last year and be like, wow, that's cool. I want to do that.
Yeah. But I think the games are broken, Jamie. I think that's the issue.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, all the games are people working out. And how interesting is that really going to be? Like, you can only take that so far. Like, I watch the Olympics because it's like, holy shit, a dude just fucking ran 100 meters in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But am I going to watch the CrossFit games and be like, wow, this dude did this workout called Fran in a minute 20? Like, cool.
Well, why is that?
I would say one of the issues with it too is I don't like watching the same, like a heat over and over and over again. I think that's an issue with it as well. Is like, if you have 10 lanes and you got, 80 people doing this workout, you're watching the same workout 8 times.
Yeah.
Well, what about this theory? It is unrelatable to people. Like football, the Super Bowl. Maybe none of us are pros, but all of us can get out there in the backyard and throw a ball around, and it's like your city and you're getting around it. It is more relatable to watch. Nobody's going to watch the games based off of a singular person when they can't relate to that person and or the sport at all, what they're doing. Why would anybody watch that?
Yeah.
Or in football, what's it called? The Combine or the Pro Bowl, where they do all the little mini games.
Yeah.
Who watches that? Nobody.
Barely nobody, which is why over the years it's gotten shittier and shittier and shittier.
Yeah, now it's like a flag football game.
Yeah, they don't do anything, and they just do like little dumb shit. But nobody can relate to games athletes besides CrossFitters, and that's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's, like you're saying, nobody's gonna sign in to on Twitter or Twitch and watch the games first of all off of that. So like, if it's on ESPN, still you're not gonna flip through and be like, oh, I'm gonna put this on and like listen to this, and like there's a workout 6 minutes long, and then we just fucking watch people talk about CrossFit. Like, they're not going to give a flying fuck.
I agree with you, Jamie. I think their vision is that like, yeah, CrossFit is the next tennis, but like, I think that's a broken idea. And I just only think you can take CrossFit so far for the mass majority of people giving a shit. I mean, and I agree with you too, Jamie. Like last year, I didn't really watch much of the games. It's just like, it gets old after a while. You watch a heat, you turn it off.
Yep. Yeah, I watched none of it.
Yeah. All right, boys, I'm going to run. My Wi-Fi is cutting in and out, but I heard
it's bad.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Upgrade, dude. Let us know how it goes. This is brought to you by Spectrum. Don't get them.
He's mad at us, dude. He just hates that we, didn't stick on CrossFit. Love you, Jamie. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's our CrossFit segment. We lost our fucking number one supporter to the internet.
That's a good segment. I mean, I think there's a lot of issues there with the games.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it does any. There's no driving factor. But we're not marketers. We don't get paid to do that.
And like, I think Savon's on the right thing. Like, behind the scenes, like the documentaries are much better to watch than the games themselves
because
or
they
at least the
paint a
ones
better
he's done.
picture.
Yeah, they tell a story.
Yeah. Right now, it's like who's going to go on and who's going to watch somebody do it. Like, it is impressive to watch somebody snatch, but a lot of people also don't understand how impressive it is, because when you put it side by side to the Olympics where they're clean and jerking fucking 400 pounds, somebody watching the games is like, cool, okay, he snatched 300 pounds, whatever. This guy at the Olympics does it. And it's a bigger broadcast. It's not every year. It's every 4 years. Damn, yeah. You have what Matt had last week.
He says he drank salt water last night. Like the LMNT stuff, Jamie? Too much LMNT?
I don't think that's what it's from. Maybe, but I doubt it. It's just salty at that point. He probably ate some seafood. But what else you got, dude? We're coming up on an hour 15, well over the segment broadcasting.
That's all I got, man.
All right, dude. Well, that's all I got.
I'm yeah. We'll chat next time.
Yeah, write it down.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. See you guys all next week.
GG's chat.